to another episode of Let's Talk Real Estate. Today our special guest is Xavier Fernando Tobias from Tobias Business Consulting. Thank you so much, Xavier, for being part of Real Talk Eagle Pass.
Thank you for having me over.
Oh, you're welcome. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Sure. I've worked here in Eagle Pass for over 16 years. I help individuals and businesses alike with their tax preparations, with their bookkeeping, and also the formation of new companies. So we've also do business consulting. So as far as preparations and planning is basically what we do and how we help individuals.
Yes, and then you're locally owned and operated in Eagle Pass, so that's awesome.
That's right, correct.
Right, awesome. We need to do business in Eagle Pass. What type of tax breaks do you have for homeowners, or do you suggest homeowners have when they're coming to you?
Okay, well, as an individual, we have what is called the standard deduction. Now, depending on how you file, whether you're an individual which is single, or you're married filing jointly, or you're head of household, you have a specific amount that you can deduct from total income before calculating your tax.
Oh, okay.
So being a homeowner, you can go ahead and, instead of using your standard deduction, use an itemized deduction. Now, an itemized deduction, what it is the accumulation of expenses, and within those expenses come your house.
Oh,
so
okay.
If you pay property taxes, which all homeowners do, we can deduct that up to $10,000. So from your first home or your second home, okay?
Or second home as well?
Yes.
Wow, okay, okay.
From there, also from your main home, from your homestead, you can deduct your mortgage interest or a home equity interest.
Oh, wow, that's a lot of things, a lot of deductions that they can find.
That's right, correct.
That they can use.
Also, another question that I always get is if renovations to the home can be deducted. Now, we need to note that there is some things that can be deducted, but they specifically have to be for a medical need. So if you do some type of renovation to your house where you add a ramp or you change maybe a bathroom, as long as it's specifically for a medical reason, you can go ahead and deduct that from your tax return.
Wow. So that would probably help a lot of like people that are ill, maybe getting older, that they might need those, special
accommodations.
Exactly.
Yes.
Wow, I didn't know that. Good information.
Yes.
And what about solar panels? Because I know right now that's the whole range. The solar panels, the energy efficient homes, are there any tax credits for that?
Yes, there is a tax credit that helps you pay your tax liability.
Okay.
So there's refundable credits, which are the ones you can get back, and there's tax credits, which help you directly pay your tax liability. So the solar panel credit is a credit that can be applied directly to your taxes owed. So depending on what the expense of the panels was, you can take up to 30% of that and use it to pay your tax liability.
30%?
Yes.
That's a good amount.
I checked today, and officially there has been an extension on that.
Okay.
So it'll continue on from 2022 on forward all the way to 32.
Wow, 10 years.
Yes,
to
correct.
be able to use that
credit.
That credit. Wow, that is amazing. Wow.
Yes.
And then, so speaking about homeowners, and I know you've dealt with a lot of different businesses, homeowners, renters. What do you see? Do you feel that there's a benefit of home ownership compared to renting?
Well, if we go back to the point that we made earlier, I think owning is always going to be better because we can always take a deduction in your tax return. So in that sense, yes, it would be a good idea.
It would be, because it'll help with your property taxes, it'll help with interest and all that on your income tax.
Yes, there will be certain things that you're already expensing and you can take in your tax return.
Yeah, and then especially like you're saying, if there's any type of medical need that you need to make a renovation to the house, there you go, you could use that, right? If you're a homeowner.
That's right, correct.
Wow, good information. What about any final tips? Do you have any final tips for homeowners or renters?
Sure. Well, first of all, for homeowners, I think it's very important once you have your homestead established to go ahead and go to your local appraisal district and make sure that your property is labeled as your homestead.
Oh, that's a really good one.
Yes, correct.
Yes.
Because that's going to help you lower your property
Your
taxes
taxes.
at the end of the year.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So they need to make sure they go to the appraisal district.
Correct.
Yeah.
Now, tax-wise, we know that any sale that we do of an asset, there's something called a capital gain that we have to pay.
Okay.
That includes houses.
Okay.
Okay. Now, if what we're selling is our homestead, there's an exclusion to the rule. Okay?
Oh, okay.
So as long as we're selling our homestead, we can deduct, if being single, $250,000 from the capital gain, or up to $500,000 if we're married filing jointly.
Wow.
Now, why is this important? Because if in the future, or maybe now, you're thinking of making investments or going into business where, hey, you know what, I want to buy houses, I want to flip houses, well, this is a great rule, because as long as you live in the house, stay there for 2 years, and then sell the home while you're renovating, while you're using it, then the capital gain that you make on that home will be non-taxable.
Oh my gosh.
So as a business, it's a very, very good idea to move into the home, live there for 2 years, renovate, do all the things that you wanted to do, and then sell it.
Okay, so I have to live in my house for 2 years and then sell it.
Yes, correct.
Okay. That's a great idea. I mean, a lot of people don't know that. So if it's their homestead, they will not be taxed on it.
That's correct.
Yes, because when you get to the closing table, they always ask, well, we're going to send the information to the IRS, and people start to get scared. They're like, oh my gosh, the IRS. But this is what alleviates that, right?
Yes, correct.
Correct.
And now for business owners, if you're in real estate and you're buying several properties and selling those properties, it would be a good idea to get in contact with your realtor, right? And speak to them of what is called a like-kind exchange. Now, a like-kind exchange is where you sell the property and you use that money directly to buy another investment.
Oh,
And
okay.
it's just like the name says, like-kind. It has to be the same value.
The same value.
Yes.
And you basically exchange it.
That's correct.
Wow, and you're not taxed on it.
And you're not taxed on it.
Good. We don't want to pay any more taxes.
No. And finally, I think there's a lot of misconception of having a business. And I think a lot of people fear the amount of paperwork that goes with that. So I think for most people, especially in real estate or real estate investment, a single member LLC is a good idea for them, because more than anything, it's not going to cause extra paperwork or extra tax returns that we have to do. Everything goes directly into your personal tax return, yet you have the benefits and the protection of an LLC.
Oh, wow. That's something to think about, right?
Yes, correct.
Oh my gosh. Well, they definitely need to contact you in regards to that, how that would work out.
Absolutely.
Yes. Well, how can they contact you? Talking about that.
Great. We're located at 662 Quarry Street.
Okay.
The name of our business is Tobias Business Consulting. And they can make an appointment at our telephone number, which is 830-773-2355.
Okay. And then you also have your Facebook account and Instagram account, correct?
That's correct. Yes.
Yeah, so they can find you there as well.
Absolutely.
Oh my gosh, well that's a lot of information. All right guys, well thank you so much for watching Real Talk Equals Paths. Thank you to Mr. Xavier Tobias for coming and telling us and educating us a lot about taxes, how home ownership can actually help with our taxes and renovations and all that. Make sure you contact him. Thank you so much for watching. Till next time, make sure you subscribe, you like, and you leave a comment below. Any tax questions, send them over to Mr. Tobias. Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.